This is Brian and
Tyrell.
and we are so excited to bring you our very first episode. If this turns into an episode, it may very well just be kind of our practice run, so we can get the chemistry down, kind of understand some of the things that we want to talk about, maybe even put this out so that people can respond to it and let us know what types of things you want to hear. Give us feedback, exactly. This is called the marriage table. And as you can see, the table's in the back. Table's usually the centerpiece of most homes. At least it should be. People don't really eat at the table anymore.
No, they don't.
You have people that just go out, they either go out to eat, so they're not home, or if they're home, everyone's eating in their own little
space.
Thank you, in their own space. So we kind of want to just focus on the table. Meaning that's the center point. That's where we come together. We ask each other, how was your day? Everything goes down at the dinner table. Do you agree?
I agree with that.
All right, fantastic. So what we really want to talk about, though, is marriage. And we got this idea. Actually, it's his idea mainly. We're going to talk about that. The communication piece of marriage. That's one of the things that seems to be a topic that everyone loves to talk about, but we're really not doing it well. So we want to make sure that we get into that with this podcast, and we hope you just stay tuned for some great stuff. But I do want to ask you, why communication?
Why is it so important?
Yeah.
For me, I think communication is important because how are you going to evolve or be with someone when you don't know what they're going through, where they've been through,
right, and
where they want to go?
Man, that's deep. That's important because sometimes you do meet people and you don't know what they've had. I remember seeing a pastor that we had, he did an illustration of how you got a husband here and a wife here, and then all the baggage that's behind them that we don't see. We just see these two people coming together when we come to their wedding. When they, but everything he's been through is behind him, and everything she's been through is behind her.
And what happens is they go forward, taking all that together.
Come on, man, that's what I'm talking about. And we're a lifetime trying to get through all that stuff. If you want to look at it as baggage or luggage, every suitcase you're trying to get through it. And I'm gonna tell you, we ain't always gonna get through it. Something's gonna be left unfound. Something's gonna be left tucked away. Something's gonna be in a bag that you may have missed. And it's good to get those things out in the open. So I totally agree with you on that. Communication is key. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about. Pretty much that may be all that we talk about because so much branches out from that. Communication with your kids, communication with your wife, your husband, in-laws. That's one of the things we used to talk about all the time, you and I. That could be tough. That's a delicate, walk. So we have to be careful with that. Then you got, the friends, and you got the other people in your social life that are having some type of influence on your marriage or on your relationship, and how you maneuver through that. So it's going to be good. I really am excited about it. We're two men that have been married for, how long have you been married?
27 years.
27 years. So I think he's got me by 1 year, maybe 90, I got to do the math backwards because I went to public school. So 96.
Hold on, you from Florida?
Yes.
So you had a good education.
Yeah. I don't know about all that. We'll see.
So 1996.
1996. So we got married in 96 too. So I guess we're the same year. My wife's offset. Am I correct, Cicely? We got 95. Okay, so 1 year. Yeah, that's not bad. Anyway, it didn't really get good till 96. So I'll say it like that, so we can be even.
Don't say that.
Yeah. So no, it was great.
So this is that part of that communication right here. Some things don't need to be communicated.
You're right. That's why I said that, because I knew he would correct me. But we got married in December, so technically, it's 4 weeks. Basically, it's in January. So that's what I'm saying.
So out of technicality, we're gonna go.
I'm always be right. That's one too.
You're gonna find a way to be right.
Right, you're gonna find a way to be right. Not gonna always be right, but you're gonna find a way to be right. But yeah, we just want to bring the knowledge, experience, things that we've gone through, things that we're still experiencing now, just to help people and make it real. A lot of times you get these I don't want to say, fake people, but, folks that don't really get into the real of what it is. And communication is key. I think that's the number one thing. After all, God communicates directly with us. He gives us an example of communicating all the time. So why not do what our Father is doing? Why not mimic what we have become accustomed to getting and receiving? So it just makes sense. Go ahead.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Also with communication, one of the big things about communicating is being honest with communication. You want to communicate something that is something that you want somebody to think when it's not really true. You always want to bring facts.
Wow.
Because a marriage is going to break when you're not being truthful. Because there's always going to be cracks, so there's always going to be situations that come up and like, well, that doesn't line up with what you just said.
Right.
Because a lie is always going to contradict itself, right?
That's true.
But the truth is always going to be a straight and narrow road.
What if it's something that, you gotta kind of lie about to keep the marriage going? Like, I can't say I was at the club, but I went with them. That kind of stuff. Or you just saying you should just put it all out there.
What's that old saying? What happens in the dark comes out in the light.
Yeah, it does. Unless you're in Vegas. I don't know. Well, yeah, even in Vegas, stuff comes out. Yeah. But those are some of the things we're going to be talking about. It's going to be funny. It's going to be serious. It's going to be somewhat entertaining. We don't necessarily want to entertain. We were saying we're going to edutain. That's something I heard from KRS-One. But we want to make sure that you get it. And we're going to bring some guests in. We're going to do, again, a lot of stuff around the table. But that also means you'll see some stuff in the kitchen. We both like to cook. Him probably a little more than I do. So we will just bring it all together. And we're both foodies, too. We love going out and eating and finding new places to eat, new spots to eat. And that's kind of how we became friends. But you'll hear about all that later on. We don't want to bore you with that right now. We just want you to get an understanding of what it is we want to do and what we want to bring to you. So again, we're going to post this. We're going to have it everywhere that you can see it. And let us know. We're going to put questions up under, some of the captions you'll see tonight. And we just want you to respond because we want it to be something you want to watch, not something we think you want to watch. Yeah, we really want you to be involved in every aspect of what we do. Now, if it's stupid, we think it's stupid. We probably ain't going to do it. No.
There's nothing
Stupid. Exactly. There's no dumb questions. There's no dumb remarks. We just want to make sure that you get everything that you can get. Whatever we have to give in the way of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, we want to do that, and we want you to get it. Man, one of the things I do want to talk about, T, is how young people now, and I know this is probably going into the subject of what we want to talk about as we let's say hang our hat here. How is it different now for young people going into a marriage or going into a serious relationship versus how it was, say,
in our time?
In our time,
well,
yeah.
One thing is
in the golden years.
A lot of relationships I see, they met over the internet.
Wow.
Or they don't even talk to each other. Instead of talking to each other, they will either, send messages over the phone or talk on the phone.
Right.
So for us, it was more of a one-on-one thing. So even when you meet somebody.
Right.
When I met my wife, we met face to face. It wasn't an electronic device that, that got us together or anything like that, So, she did it the old-fashioned way, put a note on the car.
Really?
Yeah. We'll get into that later, but
yes, we want to know.
But definitely, I think that's the big thing, and to me, I think that's a hindrance when you have an electronic device that's doing all the work for you. Because if I sent you a message, I could say it, I can mean it one way, but you can take it another way.
Of course. Yep.
Whereas if I'm talking to you directly, by my tone and by, the way I express it, or, even just, hand gestures or whatever, you're able to pick up, where I'm coming from, Like maybe it could be something where it sounds like I'm angry. However, you understand it's not anger, it's actually hurt.
Right, right.
So I think that's a big difference.
That's good, man. Yeah, you're right. As I'm thinking about that, words don't give you emotion. Words don't. You can use emojis, or you can capitalize it. But a person who is not into reading on, texts off the phone. You could just say something simple.
Yeah.
And really mean it to be simple,
Yep.
and I blow it all out of proportion because I don't understand. And you're right, when you're face to face, you can read body language. You can understand the voice going up or going down. So there's so many things, clues, context clues, if you will, that we pick up from communicating face to face. And I see that so much. That's why I asked the question, because there are so many people struggling with interaction. You go out, you see them. Husband and wife, well, I'm assuming they're husband and wife, they could just be dating, but they're both sitting at the table with their phones in their face for 10, 15, 30, 40 minutes.
See that in restaurants all the time.
Yeah.
It's like 4 people sitting at the table, every single one of them got a phone.
Right.
Just staring at it.
And sometimes people say, well, that's the way we communicate now. But the art of communicating face to face, the way that we all, I don't want to say all got here, but the way that we all were accustomed to communicating has totally changed. And I think sometimes we just need to go back to some of the old ways of doing it so that people can really understand. We had some friends over the other night, and we were talking about how we wrote letters, Cicely and I, because this was prior to cell phone. It was I think Nextel out at the time, and the pay-as-you-go phones. We weren't trying to say a whole lot on them because we needed them for 10 minutes or however much you got. So we wrote letters, and we were long distance as well. So and I think even when we lived in the same city, just to keep it going, I wrote letters every now and again. But we just think that really brought us together because you have something together, and you can go back and read texts. Don't get me wrong, but I just think the art of face-to-face communication is lost. And you don't see people interacting like that anymore.
And letters hit differently too.
They do. Yeah, they do. They really do, because you pour into it. You have time to think. You have time to write. You're creating a mood. You're creating a picture type view of what you want to say, and you can see it in the words, especially if you're a wordsmith. One of my favorite movies is I think it's The Green Book.
Oh, yeah.
And how the guy was teaching the other gentleman how to write letters and use words that catch you and bring you into the the story. So it's so true, man. And I think that's what we're missing. I really do. I think that's what we're missing. So again, these are things we're going to talk about. Just giving you tips on how to communicate better. And when you model communication, I think your kids pick it up too. Oh, yeah. Any young person that you have an influence over, try doing that sometimes. It will help them, because right now it's very, very difficult. Cicely and I were together last night at one of our Help Against Hunger events, and there was a young lady there, and it came out before I thought about it, but it was already out there. And the first I said, wow, you're very articulate. I don't like saying that, and you know why. Yeah. But she just fascinated us with the way she was able to talk, eye contact, and she said she was in her mid-20s or early 20s. But you could tell somebody had been working with her, developing her communication skills to the point that she kind of just took over the room. Everybody's attention was on her because she was able to articulate what she wanted to say. And when you see that, you just get happy because you know there's a future. If somebody is doing something to carry that on, because we don't want a whole society of just mindless people, like you said, looking down at your phone or, not being able to get in a crowd and do public speaking or anything like that. So, communication is big. It's key. But, man, it's just something I think, again, that is so important. So you're going to hear a lot about communicating, definitely. And we're going to bring people in. That's one thing. Did I say that earlier? Yeah, we're going to bring guests on. We really want you guys really to tune in. This won't be the average marriage talk show. It's or what do we call this? Podcast. This is going to be something that you can really use and learn from. We're just praying that God gives us, all the things that we need to say and how to say it, so you'll get something out of it. Got anything else, man?
Also, if you have any ideas or things that you want to hear us talk about, or things that you think are on our mind, or something like that, just put them in the comments below. Let us know what it is that you want us to talk about.
Yeah, we're here. We're going to do it too. We're going to get y'all in your business. No, we won't do that, but we do want to help. We do want to help, and I think. Yeah, we might. Yeah, I'm trying to just move past that, because I'm going to be reading. No, I won't. we will just make sure that we address those, whatever questions you have. Because again, we just want to see you flourish. I love marriage. I'm gonna be honest. I love my marriage. I'm thankful for the spouse that I have because she understands me. She knows who I am. When no one else does, she knows who I am.
Yeah, let me tell you, I got a special one because man, I have some issues sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we all do. We all do, brother. And I may share some of those issues. Yeah.
And the fact she still stays right there next to me.
Right.
Wow.
That's it, man. You want to ride or die. You really do. That's important, man, because we go through a lot, and we'll talk about that too. I know everyone's on that plane of the black man and struggle but everybody goes through something, and it's key to have someone there who can help you get through it. And why not have someone you can trust? Why not have somebody there that's going to be in your corner no matter what? And really, for me, that's what a spouse is. And we'll talk about those things, man. I'm serious. We're going to get into some great issues, and we just want you all. I can't say it enough. I know we're saying it a lot, but we want you to be a part of what we're doing. Because as long as you're giving us input and telling us what you want to see, we want to make sure that we hit on those points and make this the most exciting marriage show that it can possibly be. Because that's what we're about. That's what we're about, definitely. So we want you to stay tuned. We really want you to share with your friends what's coming. I'm promising you, this is going to be like nothing you've ever seen. This is going to be an experience for each time you watch it. It's an experience. It won't just be, I'm watching this because there's nothing else to watch. No, we'll be talking about it. It's not going to be risque or anything like that. We're not going to, be interviewing, mistresses or, none of that.
We'll stay away from that kind of stuff.
We're going to stay away from that and just give you the facts, man. I think the facts is just what it is. And then you got food. You can't go wrong with that. You got food, you got guests, you got guys who know, pretty much what we're talking about. Again, not being experts, but we do know a lot about this situation. I wouldn't want to get it from somebody who just has book smarts. I would like to get it from somebody who's lived
Who's been in the trenches.
There you go, who's been in the trenches, who's got the t-shirt, the boots, the belt,
the
whole outfit. So we want to do that, and we're godly men too. So you're going to hear some scripture. I don't want to scare you off, but hey, it's there. That's what it's there for. It's for correction. It's for instruction. It's a blueprint. God has set this thing in motion way before we were here, and it's still working today. That's what's so amazing about the Word of God, that it just never changes.
It's a living word.
It's the living Word, and it lives in a way that it just keeps growing with us. You could read something that happened centuries ago that is still apparent right now to this day. And that's the amazing thing about it. But make sure, man, you guys check this out. Tell your friends, tell your family members. This is going to be something, man. Am I missing anything else? I think we've covered everything, kind of told them who we are, our backgrounds. I mean, we'll get into all that too, of who we are as men and why we're doing what we do and who we hang out with, all that stuff. We want to get into that. And we're around the same age, so we have we're kind of going through this together. And I think it's just a great way to share. When we met at work, we just clicked automatically. It was just an amazing experience because I really am very selective about who I hang out with. If you could see the cameraman, he would let you know that. I just don't pick people just to be picking people. You I don't want to say earn your way in. But it's a circle of trust. Who you got eating at your table. So that's just who I am, man. And as you get older, you refine that. You refine that list. You refine the people that you talk to. All that is forever changing. Sometimes you got to take people out, put new people in. It just depends on you and where you're going.
I'm glad you just said
that.
Yeah,
man. Go ahead.
So going off of what he just said, there's some people who will just take your energy. You know what I mean by that, right?
Yes, I do. I got names for them, but I can't say it on here because this wouldn't be a holy show anymore.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that.
Yes, exactly.
But what I mean by that is you have some energy stealers who they'll come to you and they'll just start telling you everything that's wrong in their life, everything that went bad. What I call them is trash dumpers. They'll just dump trash into your can. But if you put a lid on it and don't pay attention to them or walk away, Because what you don't want to do is carry somebody else's burden.
You don't. You really don't. You know? You really don't.
Now, do you want to listen to people and, you know, help them? Absolutely. But if they're the negative Nancy's that always have something bad to say, always, you know, downers or something like that.
Yes, of course.
You have to be selective.
Right.
You can't just go around helping everybody because I'm going to tell you,
it'll pull
you don't have a cape on.
Right.
And superheroes aren't real.
Right. Don't tell me that. I thought Black Panther was real. I really did. I guess he's not, though.
Well, Jesus is.
Yeah, Jesus is, definitely. He's my hero. I like that. I like that. That's good. But yeah, that's it, man, in a nutshell. We just want to make sure that we're helping you. And by us helping you, you're helping us. That we just get, you know, knowledge from you. As we gain knowledge, we're going to share it. And as you get ideas you want to share with us, we'll be more than happy, you know, to make sure that we're hitting on those points. Because we know a lot of you out there are having these situations in your marriage, in your relationships. And we're not here to judge. Not here to judge-free zone here. But we do want to help. We do want to help. And we hope that you'll tune in to the marriage table.
And there may be some things that you're going through that you don't even understand why you're going through.
Facts.
You know.
Why me? Yeah, I ask that all the time. I stopped asking, though. I remember one time, I tell this story all the time. There's a guy that I know who's a Marine, and he's like, you know, I was complaining. He said, man, you need to ask God for a stronger back. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Stop whining all the time. Crack. I cut him off. He's back in my circle now, but you know, I ain't want to hear that. I'm like, oh, okay, you dead. I'm gone. But yeah, sometimes we need that.
Information you weren't ready for.
No, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. Iron sharpens iron, though.
Yes.
So you know how it goes, man. Definitely. But yeah, thank you so much, and we hope you stay tuned in and connected, because this is only the beginning. Matter of fact, you're going to probably meet our wives. I think I'm going to do, maybe we'll do that. We'll figure out how to make that happen.
Not today, though.
Not today, though. No, definitely not today. Not today, definitely. But seriously, we appreciate you, and please reach out to us. We'll get all the information to you. We're a work in progress, but I promise you this is going to be the best progress you've ever seen, and we want you all to be a part of it. So make sure you tune in, stay connected with us. As we grow, again, you'll grow. That's what we want to do. We want to educate. We want to build young minds. We want to help people in their marriages, in their relationships, because that's the future.
Yes, it is.
If you don't have a marriage and people in marriage, you know, kids don't come, none of that stuff happens. So we need each other to make sure that this thing goes to the next level. And family's important. Don't forget that. We want to build family. So make sure we do that. But I'm good, man. I am so excited, brother.
One more thing I do want to say.
Yeah, please, man. This is you. This is you.
Yeah. One of the most important decisions you ever can make in life is your partner. So you always want to choose wisely with that.
Right. You talking about your wife?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Or your husband.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's why I said partner. Husband or wife. I just put that way.
There you go.
All right.
I mean, again, judge-free zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. You go spend time with that person. You need to know who they are. You don't want their representative. You want the real person. So yeah, but you'll get all that. You'll get all that. So yeah, with that being said, man, please stay tuned, and we just want to make this a great. It always feels like an adventure, man. I'm excited to do this with you, man.
I am too, man.
I am ecstatic. I couldn't hardly sleep all day today. I was like, I was tired, but I wasn't tired because I knew I wanted to get this done.
I was more or less just anticipating what was going to happen today, like what was the setting and all that.
Yeah, man. This is what it is. So I hope this is good. I hope you like this.
Works.
I'm trying to work it out for you.
Yeah, I also want to give props to our cameraman, Jerome.
Yes, sir, Jermaine. Yes, exactly. Sir. Man, Water Walkas. We appreciate you, man. No, that's who he is, Water Walkas. And my daughter who's over here in the cut. How you doing, Hannah? You stay up there. But good to see you home. She's home for a little while, y'all. Music therapy. She might want. We'll talk about that. You'll meet the families too. We're gonna kind of bring people in and out.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sometimes in-laws and parents don't know how to act. So we gonna cut it and crack it up. Maybe.
I'm not bringing my.
We're gonna have to vet you before you. Don't embarrass me on my show. But anyway, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We out, man. We are out of here. So again, stay tuned. We're going to get all of our information out there so that you can be connected. And we look forward to this journey, man. Let's do it.